I don't believe in looking for greener pastures anywhere. I believe in planting your own pastures. If I can stay in Benin through the tough times, I think it's only reasonable for me to stay when it's time to even benefit. When it comes to my handiness, I'm actually skilled. There are a lot of persons who are artists, but while they are good at creating, they are not very good with the business as well. You need to be a creative, and you also need to be a businessman, unless you have somebody else to manage your business.
Did you see a bigger dream than this, and this is just a process to get there?
I've been dreaming since this is not even the destination. This is just like a part of the whole journey. When you have the dream, when you have the passion and are ready to work towards it, growth is inevitable. I strongly believe that in the next couple of years, what you are going to see will be much bigger than this. People feel differently, people think differently, people see differently. Your perception of things is not entirely what reality is.
In a place like Benin City, the owner of one of its largest art studios is a young man whose origins aren't even tied to Edo State.
By origin, I'm from Cross River State.
And where have we seen that before? In this video, I'll be meeting with this amazing artist who, by the way, is an
engineer by profession.
He also goes by the name
Peter Fleming, popularly known as Peter Fleming. I'm Peter Ibeaza.
How did you come about the name Peter Fleming?
I got it from a book whose cover page I drew in secondary school. But before then, I was very familiar with that Fleming right hand rule thing. So I knew it so well. And some of my classmates already nicknamed me Fleming. I eventually adopted the name after drawing a book authored by Peter Fleming.
He did have some nice things to say about this place.
Benin is a very interesting place. It has been good for me. I have a lot of friends here. I believe that Benin has a lot of potentials. And that is why I stay in Benin and I try to contribute to Benin in the ways that I can. So yeah, very soon, Benin is going to be a bomb.
Yeah, I actually believe that. A year back, Benin was really booming as regards art-related stuff. You know, they had films coming on, they had film festivals. Like, it was really,
good.
So I hope that continues.
Obaseki.
Yeah. After all these nice things, I had to ask him if he'd relocate if he ever got a chance.
I'm not really a big fan of relocation.
Okay.
I don't believe in looking for greener pastures anywhere. I believe in planting your own pastures. If I can stay in Benin through the tough times, I think it's only reasonable for me to stay when it's time to even benefit. So no, I have no plans of relocating.
You would advise other people to come and...
Yes.
You believe Benin has that much potential?
I believe Benin has much potential. In fact, with what I am doing here, with my experience, the people I've met, my prediction of what is going on currently with MOA in Benin, the dynamics of creativity in Benin, it will change in a very short time.
Are you big enough to play a role in that?
I'm big enough to do anything I want to do.
That's nice, that's nice. Peter not only has his studio located close to the city center, he also occupies 3 floors in this busy city space or more.
I was in 300 level first semester when I started taking arts, like when I started doing arts professionally.
Were you drawing before then?
Just this normal
like
talent, secondary school. There's this person in your class that can draw, secondary school, something like that. So I was the best, should I say, artist or drawer in my secondary school at the time. That was only a passion, or it was just a hobby. So after secondary school, I totally forgot about it. I didn't even know that, people can even raise a career now in that part. I didn't really know. I was in 300 level when I came across a friend, went to visit him, and then his roommate was drawing, and I saw the drawing, I was like, wow. So people do stuff as realistic as this. So that was how that ignited the interest again. From 200 level, I was like, okay, this engineering, I need to give my parents the first class. Not like it's for my parents, or even me too, I wanted it because I was also passionate about engineering. I was so much interested in the grades. But when I started arts, when I saw how much time it was taking away from me, I said, okay, let me just do 50-50.
You already seen the future with arts?
Yes, I was already doing well. People started paying me for my work. When it's something that you love, when you start doing it, you will know. As it was getting to like my final year, art became like option A for me, while the engineering I was doing became like option B. I was still very serious with both. Graduating out of school, I didn't say, okay, let me drop engineering and focus on arts. I just found myself doing arts the more. And that's how it has been for me. Art has taken more of my time. I've been more engaged. I believe maybe if I had the opportunities with engineering, perhaps I could have also done something or explored that field as well. Maybe in the future, someone might just say, okay, this artist, Peter Fleming, he's also an engineer. Can you handle this kind of engineering project? And I'll say, of course, why not? And I'll still
get your tools.
Exactly.
This is all yours.
This is the last hyperrealism drawing I did, 2022.
Jeez, this is wild.
When it comes to my handiness, I'm actually skilled.
Yeah.
This ones, it was April this year, we had a competition and different artists competed.
Wow.
Up to 30 of them.
This looks like it was printed.
These are all drawings.
All drawings.
All drawings, yeah.
This is nice. They look, okay, I can see the difference in their level of creativity or skill, not creativity, skill.
Yeah. When it comes to the physical artworks that I create, I used to do mostly pencil drawings before. I'm a very skilled hyperrealist, but soon enough, I delved into other areas. I paint, I draw, I do different kinds of painting, oil painting, acrylics, pastel. I'm just a very versatile creative in this space, so I can do technically any kind of drawing or painting. Are you still experimental, or do you have your style? Like, do people look at this work and be like, this has to be Peter Fleming? Yes. When you see my works, you will know. You will definitely know that this is Peter's work. So you have like your signature style? Absolutely. But in the past few years, the kind of art that I have been more interested in, which even translates to the way I even create my own artworks, is the way I live my life, the level of impact I make on other creatives in the space.
You are doing more of trainings now?
Yes, and that's because of my personal experience growing up as an artist. A lot of persons that I started with, people that even inspired me, a lot of them are no longer in the space. There is some kind of frustration and all that. Okay. So I've been a lot more interested in bringing in as much artists as I can, training them, equipping them with relevant information and opportunities. There are a lot of persons who are artists, but while they are good at creating, they are not very good with the business as well. You need to be a creative, and you also need to be a businessman, unless you have somebody else to manage your business. Every Friday here, we do something. We do business classes. We teach the business every single Friday, and it's free. It's absolutely free. And then the guys who are here, we have students who pay to be here to learn. And then we also have other artists who are not our students. They are just apprentices under the studio. And we have some kind of partnership with them.
Good morning, guys. How is that working with Peter?
He's my boss, so he taught me actually.
Oh, okay.
We go way back, 2020.
Nice. How will you describe Peter?
Peter is a very humble man, dedicated, hardworking. I'm really learning a lot from him, really. Yeah.
I didn't even know him on a very personal level, but like I've met him once or twice, but he was so open, like, you can come to my studio. If I'm willing to learn, I can come to his studio and just work. He will carry me along. And so far, that is just what he has been doing. I spent like just how many weeks here? This is my 3rd week here, and the experience is so amazing.
How will you describe him as an artist?
Him as an artist?
Yeah.
He's very smart and he's business oriented.
Working with him was an opportunity, and I'm grateful that I grabbed the opportunity with my 2 hands, yeah.
Wow. So you paint with your 2 hands now?
No, just my right.
Did you start drawing before you came here?
Yeah, but just a little bit. I was just doing basic, like I was playing. When I came here, the real deal.
I founded a community, a club of artists. And that club has grown up to 250-something members currently across different parts of the country. So,
in case you're wondering how I came about my caption, you can hear it from the horse's mouth. Is this the biggest art studio in Benin?
Art studio it will be a yes. Benin does not really have so much of studios.
We're in the biggest art studio in Benin.
But it's not the biggest art gallery.
Okay.
There's an art gallery in Benin as
That's
well, Thought Pyramid. You might want to
yes,
visit.
yeah.
But they do not have a studio. What we have here is not replicated anywhere in Benin. We have an art store here, we have a gallery in here, we have an academy here, and we have a studio. So this place is operating in 4 sectors. Those 4 sectors are operating simultaneously. You know something art should teach you? One thing art should teach you is that people are different. People feel differently, people think differently, people see differently. Your perception of things is not entirely what reality is. So reality for different persons are absolutely different. So when some persons see these abstract works, they connect with them differently. What they see, it could even be the colors inspiring thoughts in their minds. It could just be any element of that drawing inspiring particular experiences they've had before. This is abstract. This is an abstract.
Yeah, obviously. Who did this?
I did.
Oh, nice.
See something like this now. For me, it's even this pizza kind of cooking, food,
Yeah.
this thing. For me, and it could just be something different for somebody else. Let me even say something about a particular work I have in my house. It's abstract. I did it for my living room. Just express, I just poured paint and just, well, when people look at it, a lot of persons have told me that this is looking suspicious. It's looking like the head of a goat or the head of a lamb.
Giving this cut.
Yes, giving these cuts, kind of. And I absolutely didn't see anything when I was doing that, you get. So different people just see different things and they get different signals from the artworks, and it doesn't matter if the artwork makes any meaning to you or not. Then for us artists, the true value of art is in the intention. If you create art without intention, that means it is not art. It's as good as any other thing. For an artist to create a work, that person is deliberate about inspiring a conversation.
That's deep. That's quite deep.
Now, Peter, who just graduated from electrical electronics engineering a few years back, is already managing a place this big.
Did you see a bigger dream than this, and this is just a process to get there?
I've been dreaming since this is not even the destination. This is just like a part of the whole journey. In 2021, that's late 300 to early 400 level. I started my small art store at home. I opened my own home studio. Soon enough, I moved into a studio space somewhere around 5 Junction, where I work. I brought in some other artists that work with me. Then I expanded the studio to another shop. It was now a bigger space. We're now doing our studio and selling art materials. The shop was getting bigger. And then last year, December, we moved here.
You're like, you have to go bigger.
Yes, so as we keep working, we just keep getting bigger. Yet when you have the dream, when you have the passion and are ready to work towards it, growth is inevitable. So what you are seeing here is just that evidence of growth. I strongly believe that in the next couple of years, what you are going to see will be much bigger than this.
I actually do believe that, because from 300 level to now, that's not so much time to get to this level.
It's not really like I'm very ambitious, I want to have a gallery. No, it's mostly because I want to do something that can benefit other persons. I want the community growth. That is the kind of art I do now. I see my growth, my progress as an inspiration. So the kind of works I create, my works are basically autobiographies of myself. I register my growths, my experiences from the longest time I can remember down to present time. I focus on using my work to inspire other creatives to be the best they can be. And so when people admire my work, when people support what I do, or when people invest their money in what I do, they are basically influencing the future of works I'm going to create. It is what happens to me now that will shape the experience I'm going to have tomorrow.
To paint.
And it is based on that experience I am going to create the works that is going to be available tomorrow. Let me get my apron.
This apron is fresh. That's the artists.
Yes. The artist doings.
This man deserves his flowers and is only just getting started. I am really looking forward to seeing how far he goes with this.
If you're a creative, you have to be unstoppable and you have to prove yourself, especially if you're a young person. Let there be enough evidence that speaks for you. You don't take that step, you will not know. You will not know. When we started this place, I didn't ever in my life imagine that Moa would come here. But Moa did. They came. And this is like the third time. No excuses at all. No excuses. If you fail, nobody will even know that you failed. But if you succeed, those eyes that you've been looking for, they will see that you've succeeded. You can control.
Yeah.
Press.
How to press?
Uh-huh.
This is crazy. But that is another color. Art is life. You know, you don't have to be scared. You don't have to worry about how it's going to turn out. You just do your thing and see what I'm creating in the process of creating. It's effects. Nothing is bad, right? It's effects. It's all.
You see that?
You see? See, it's in the process. I'm painting like.
People should also do that.
This is looking crazy.
Exactly.
Okay, which color is this? This is the green.
Very watchy.
Okay, very roachy. So I want you to do that. That. Okay. No, I don't like it. It's spoiling my painting.
There.
Let the artist handle that. Well, this is deep. Painting, but paint something. Drop something distinct. You can put your style, I don't know, anywhere. This is a canvas. It's going to get. I also sell this shirt $2 billion. When I blow fully. Don't worry. You see the vision. See sharp.
Good.
Nice. One time this, one time that. Only in art space is involved. So the whole process is actually should be more complex than this, right?
You know what is funny about creating abstract art? Now look at this act. This art looks colorful, looks beautiful. Do you know that if you were to give another person with less experience similar canvas, same colors, they will not be able to reproduce something as beautiful?
Yeah, I don't think I would have. Without you, I don't think you saw the mess I was already making. And
So even within abstract, you can see some level of professionalism, experience, skill set, and all those things.